Hey Kid Nation family, this is Emily and I have another craft for you today. This one is for Father's Day this time. And so our craft is to paint rocks. I've collected a few rocks from outside, and so it might be nice to find rocks that are more smooth if possible and light colored if you can. So collect a few rocks that you like, and then I have a couple options of paints that you could use that might work well. So this first idea that I'm mostly using is acrylic paints. This is just a simple set with lots of colors. They would have at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or a place like that for, I think, usually around $10 or $15. Another option is you could use watercolors, which are great for younger children especially. But the problem with those is that they do wash away if there are, the rain. So if these rocks go back outside, it would eventually wash away. Another option that could be fun is to use nail polish, if that's okay with you or your mom or whoever owns the nail polish. That can stay really nicely on the rock. So it just wouldn't cover as much as easily, but it definitely would be permanent. So those are a couple options of your supplies you could use. So what I've got here, I'm gonna work with the acrylic paint. I squirted it onto this paper plate that I'm using as my palette. I've also got a cup of water and a paper towel. So when I'm gonna start, I'm gonna get a little bit of this orange and start painting a design onto my rock. I'll do polka dots on this one. I'll do another polka dot here. My dog just barked. I don't know if maybe she doesn't like me painting right now. She wants my attention. Okay, so I painted a couple polka dots. Now here's the thing about acrylic paint is that we don't wanna, we have to wash it out, but we don't wanna get water into those paints. It makes them too watery. So I wash it out and then I'm gonna dry it on that paper towel so I can get my next color. So I'll get a little bit of yellow and I can paint around those polka dots. Okay, I'm gonna leave this alone for a minute and move on to my next one for the sake of time. I want to mention too that I'm not going to paint the bottom because that's going to require you to have to pick it up and touch it a lot, and that just gets paint all over your hands. So this one I did a couple hours ago and the paint has now dried. What's cool about acrylic paint is that it basically turns into plastic when it dries, and so you can paint back over it. So I'm going to take my yellow and I'm going to get to do some extra fun little designs over my first design to kind of give it a little bit more pop and make it a little bit more exciting. So I'm gonna put some yellow polka dots on it. I guess this is a polka dot kind of project. And then I'm gonna wash it out again and dry it. I'm gonna get a little bit of orange, and now I'm gonna put some stripes, because apparently I've done enough polka dots. So I'll put some stripes on this part. You want to make sure that you have something under your rock, and then maybe even if you're concerned about your clothing, wear old clothes or something over your clothes that you wouldn't mind getting dirty, because like I said with acrylic paint, it kind of turns into plastic when it dries, and so it does not come out of things very well at all. So you have to be really careful when using this. So here's a couple other examples. This one I painted a couple hours ago and then I drew with Sharpie, God, you are my rock. So you could write a message to your dad. You could write a Bible verse or a word that is important to him, like hope or love. This one is an example of one that I did with watercolor. So you can see it's just not quite, it doesn't cover quite as much, but it is a great option. That would be cleaner. But you can do as many of these as you want, and something that's really fun is to maybe give one to your dad for him to put on his desk or his bedside table or somewhere where he'll see it, but then the rest of them you guys could take together and put it somewhere special, like if you walk on the levee trail, if you like to go to a certain park or go by the library, you can go and put these rocks kind of near that space to cheer up that space and just make it pretty for other people who walk by. So hope you and your dad have a happy Father's Day, and I'll see you guys later.